Hello, community of League Zero. My name is Corbs here with my casting partner Dexeraton. Or how I'm sorry, I completely butchered that, but but we do have a very interesting game today with Beach Ball versus Blind Eye Society. Dex, I know you've casted a couple of these games before. Tell me, what have you noticed with either of these teams?
Well, both these teams are currently sitting in the bottom half of the intermediate division right now. Beach Ball does at least have a win to their name, 1-1 record on the season, while the Blind Eye Society have still struggled to find that first overall series win, and they sit 0-2 on the season right now, only with a -4 map differential. So they've kind of struggled so far throughout this entire season.
Yeah, Blind Eye Society recently dropped to a completely revamped um Louisiana Lobsters, now ran by Kurt Lebert and Little. Uh Even though some people really want him to rebrand. But but yeah, it's honestly like it's been a very interesting intermediate season. Like I'd say even the number 1 team isn't too far away from the number 5 team, if you know what I'm saying, or the number 6 team, excuse me. It feels close. It feels really close and competitive, which is honestly great. Another We do also have another game going on as well. We'll give you brief updates periodically throughout the stream as that happens. Um, and it's going to be we have Kingdom versus Easy Clap, who rescheduled their game to be today.
Yeah, so I believe you're going to be keeping us up to date on how that series is going on. However, in this series right now, I mentioned it before. Blind Eye Society is still looking for their first series win on the season. Drop it down to 0-3 really does hurt their chances at just trying to get into a playoff spot.
Yeah, I mean, at least the midseason tournament's coming up. If you don't know, midseason tournament, uh, will give points based off of how well they finished. I believe first place is either 3 or 4, and and then it'll go third place is like 1 extra point, and then 3 teams will get nothing. Every single win during the stage is worth a point, so that's one thing that you can consider. The tournament will be going on next weekend, and honestly, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. We're getting things finalized right now, so it looks like we will be going into the game here shortly as I get pinged for the 80th time.
That, I believe, was the
Thank you,
ping on the
Aliana.
Discord letting us know that the series or the stream is now live and going. However, while we are starting to get ready here, do you want to introduce the beach ball team and I'll introduce the Blind Eye Society?
Yeah, of course. So with beach ball, their starting lineup, we got Doc, Jargo or Dr. Jargo in game. We got Crake, Makima, Panera, Panini, the trigonometric goat, and Luca. Who This is actually a very solid lineup. I know Doc is pretty good on the main tank. Craig's normally a main tank player, but I'm surprised that they're putting him in on DPS. Panera is one of the better supports in this league. Well, main supports, excuse me, in this league. So having him in the lineup is actually real pretty good for beach ball. And honestly, I think they could do well with this one.
Yeah, and for Blind Eye Society, you have OB2 YX. I'm gonna assume
Wizx,
that's
yeah.
was that okay? It's WizX. B-Ball Man 69 for YBN Kizzy and Yor.
Oh yeah, I meant to say that the tanks are going to be in the middle. So Doc and Dr. Jargo, excuse me, are going to be playing that DPS. What am I? But yeah, so it's Crake and Makima is they're yeah, they're pretty solid on tank line. They're a pretty solid tank line in the league, and I think that they could do some serious work if they are supported properly. Anyways, we will be going into the game, and
Now
lo and
arriving at
behold, first
Lijiang
map,
Tower.
Lijiang Tower. Everyone's
Initiating
favorite because
match.
it is basically brawl map, haha, brawl go funny.
Brago Burr. But essentially, I mention it every time this map comes up. It's the first map a lot of times because it's just a good map that for teams to get to start a series on. Yeah, it's brawl, but it also lets them kind of get into the series and kind of understand how each team's going to play.
And yeah, we're seeing some pretty standard brawl. Unless, I mean, I've seen the Ryan and Ball work before. It's interesting, but it's worked. Uh, like it's definitely yeah, no, he's going Diva, but we're seeing very similar comps. The only difference really being the Junkrat and the Torb. Torb is great, great sustained damage over time, and Junk is just great for bursting down really, really quick. And here we go. Looks like both teams are heading up to White Room.
Yeah, TP comes out. Both ones get up there. Beach Ball able to get up there first and get a little bit of presence there as the Immortality Field already being used here by the Blind Eye Society. B-Ball Man able to find Dr. Drago out here first to start the killing. A good opening act for Blind Eye Society. However, they are giving up points at the moment while it doesn't still open for another 5 seconds. Now they're finally starting to bring the fight onto point. However, Doc's able to get rid of that shield from B-Ball Man. Already the damage matrix is coming out from Kizzy here. OB2 does find the Doc Symmetra of Doc. Already a shatter coming out from Craig there, and just kills going back and forth. However, Beach Ball able to take the first point here, and probably the first team fight. However, members of the Blind Eye Society are back already at the point. 4-2, 4-3 right now. However, make that 4-2 again, and now 4 to basically 1.5 as that Diva does get D-Mac. Doc using the wall here to keep themselves alive here. They do fall for it, however. Crank does find B-Ball Man, and look at that. Kizzy able to take care of Kriak there, and they will be able to take the point only after 24% going to the side of Beach Ball.
Yeah, B-Ball, luckily they didn't use invest too much to actually take the point. They got that early pick onto Dr. Jargo to start, but look at their ult economy. It's right now it's better than excuse me, Beach Balls right now. However, Beach Ball does have the window. That's gonna be a lot of damage coming, especially with that Junkrat.
Yeah, starts it off as an opening act. Shatter comes out from B-Ball Man. Doesn't find anyone. Dr. Jargo finds 2 right back, but Wizex does have that tire still alive, just trying to find someone. Wait as long as they possibly can, and finally they're able to find Panini out. However, it does seem Beach Ball is finding the kills. 2 straight kills though, going over the way of Blind Eye Society as they do get the DMAC on to the Diva of 4. Damage Matrix starting their comeback in here as Kizzy pops out. Doc able to take care of Wizex. Bomb coming out from Makima here, able to find OB2 and get the crush kill onto Yor, and look at the kill feed just light up in Beach Ball's color.
Yeah, and they do have a tire for this next push, which that could be a very easy pick. They also have the beat just to sustain in this fight for a little bit longer. And the 4 does have to land a bomb in a perfect spot in order to confirm some of these kills, because the beat will make it a little bit difficult. It looks like they are going to be pushing through that dark room, which is going to be tough, especially with the junk tire coming out now.
Yeah, tire's gonna come out. Yor will probably have to hold on to that beat, try to save some lives. However, they don't. And look at this. Beach Ball is absolutely collapsing in on the Blind Eye Society right now. 4 straight kills going their way. Only Yor and 4 are able to escape with their lives. And honestly, Beach Ball using 2 ultimates there did force out the beat from Yor, so there is really no major support ultimate coming in this next engagement.
Yeah, for for Beach Ball, I wouldn't be surprised if they were just to beat in really aggressively. Yeah, here comes a very, very early wall, just to make it easier to push, and a wall is met. Here comes a 4 bomb. Oh, nice move.
Yeah, wall is coming out from both Symmetra. The bomb not necessarily finding anyone here. Luca's Immortality Field going out early in this team fight. Each one throwing a lot of damage down early, but Doc's able to take care of B-Ball Man there with Symmetra, and Beach Ball is just able to keep picking up these kills. Tire coming out from Wizex here, just necessarily trying to find anyone they possibly can. Luca, though, is able to take care of it. Now it has ticked over into 99%. OB2 swapping over to the Tracer now to be able to get back to the point in time. Doc taking care of Kizzy there. And as the team fight goes on, bomb coming out from Makina here, not able to find anyone as Wizex takes care of Luca. Krag takes care of 4, not able to get back into that mech. And look at this, Wizex keeps on finding the kills. However, they do eventually fall themselves, and the kills now are starting to favor that of Beach Ball. And now with that final kill there, I believe that should do it for this first point.
Yeah, the one problem is that the Sim was able just to get in the back line with a full charge beam and just melt down the supports before they even had a chance to react. The main issue with that is, I mean, who's going to keep you alive? Well, obviously the support.
Yeah, that sim beam, yeah, as you talked about, if you're able to get in the backline, especially with it at level 3 here in Overwatch 1, it is a very, very scary thing to be in front of. I believe it does about 120 damage per second, easily melts
Higher.
away. Oh, wow, I'm a sim
180.
main. I'm a
180.
sim main, and I forgot that. Yeah, 180 damage per second there is easily able to melt down all of the DPS and all the supports within 2 seconds, so it is absolutely scary.
Yeah, the nice thing about this map is that you can see two very different approaches come out. Like, we see a ball comp coming out for the side of Blind Eye Society, and a very traditional sim brawl comp coming out from the side of excuse me, from the side of Beach Ball. And ooh, Gabe.
What a nice boop there by Makima to start off the killing here in this game. For getting DMAC, probably won't live much longer either. They're trying to stall them out. However, Wizex is able to take care of Luca. One support now down for Beach Ball here. However, it does look like they will be able to get point here first, and they are able to. Wizex, though, already has that barrage ready to go.
Yeah, Wizex is going to be looking for that right now. There it is. Wow. Wizex just wipes most of the team with it. Blind Eye Society should be able to win this fight. Yeah, especially with the cleanups right now. And they only really had to use one of their ults, and look at this, they're already approaching both support ults, and they have a pulse bomb. It's gonna be very difficult for Beach Ball to keep up with the high mobility comp of this Blind Eye Society team.
Yeah, now looks like they're going to try to TP back through. However, Luca's not able to get through and is caught off from the rest of his team. He's rushing to get back to point. Actually, he's able to get back to point, and the point actually flips. Damage matrix comes out from the Beach Ball team, as well does the Blizzard from Dr. Jargo there. Craig finds just after 4 finds, wow, I can't speak. Minefield coming out from B-Ball does find Panini. Craig does find B-Ball, man. Both tanks currently down and out for the Blind Eye Society right now, as we start to see Beach Ball take control of the point.
Yeah, they use so many resources into that lost fight. They don't have. They use both those support ults, and basically they have nothing to work with. Blind Eye Society, or excuse me, Beach Ball can just walk in with a beat for free, and maybe pick that hand on the back if they play their cards right.
However, finding Doc out early does really help the Blind Eye Society here. B-Ball, man, now going after Luca. Dr. Jargo swapping to that Cassie is able to find Wizex incredibly fast here now. However, they do lose their own life for it. OB2 making sure they don't get a second kill out of it, and they take care of Craig. You're there to revive Wizex here, and they want to take this fight to the point. They see the opportunity. Luca down. They only have that Lucio for heals. Doc trying to get back there in time just to try to contest that point, loses their life. Just trying to get back. Makima does find Yor, so no major support now for the side of the Blind Eye Society. And somehow we are seeing the Beach Ball side here just kind of stabilize on point. However, as I say that, it all goes bad for them. 4 straight kills for the Blind Eye Society, and what should end up in a point flip. However, they want to try. Beach Ball wants to try to get this point over into overtime right now, and they are doing a good job of it, and they're just able to sneak it over into overtime before Blind Eye Society retakes point.
Yeah, if I'm Beach Ball, I would be very, very happy about that, because first of all, you burn 2 of their ultimates, which are very valuable, and second, it's going to be you didn't really use any ults of your own. Granted, they aren't really super close to it, and they do catch the Ana out, which is going to be huge going into this next fight.
Yeah, Wizex though takes care of the only real threat, in my opinion, to them of Dr. Jargo's on that Cassie. Minefield comes out from B-Ball, man. Doc finds them, though, right after that minefield. And look at this. Luca does die to the minefield. However, Beach Ball is having a very strong hold on point right now. 4 jumps off the map after again. D-Mac, your reses B-Ball, man, to make sure they have a tank left in this engagement.
We have Mercy.
We have the Battle Mercy coming out. However, they do not live long. Haidu coming out from Dr. Jargo here, able to take care of B-Ball, man. And now they have retaken point, and it is ticked over into overtime again. OB2 trying to do whatever they could to stay alive. 4 now trying to mimic what they did. However, they are mimicking them too much as they get DMAC'd and die. Kinsey, the only one really there within range to get back. However, they do not touch, and Beach Ball takes the first map.
Yeah, Beach Ball just looked way more organized compared to Blind Eye Society. It felt like Blind Eye Society was playing
Play of
as
the game.
like kind of three maybe four cores, whereas Beach Ball was playing as an entire unit, I guess you can say. Granted, that's kind of the nature of Brawl compared to Ball Comp, but they they did not coordinate those pushes at all with the Ball Comp, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly, it really seemed like throughout the entire first map right there that the Blind Eye Society was really relying on those ultimates finding more than two players for the other team to really engage and win a team fight. We saw it there on that second map where that barrage from WizX really gave them their only capture of that map. And it was so huge for them. He was able to find three out with the barrage and then find a fourth quickly after it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing they did farm up the barrages really quick. However, using that as your only reliable source to win, it's going to be an uphill battle because again, you still have to farm that ultimate. Granted, it's super easy against a brawl comp because all you got to do is just fly in the air and poke and play around a little cover just in case they have a Cassidy, of course. And it's definitely going to be a very let's see. I'm very curious to see how Blind Eye Society responds. Um, knowing knowing them, they're going to keep the same lineup in more than likely because they don't have 58 subs in the lobby right now.
Well,
But
they do have two compared to the uh whole team swap that Beach Ball has.
yeah, Beach Ball may be doing a whole basically an entire another team just to like make sure that they can still play. Oh, let's see here.
Having a sub for every position is very good in some sports. And you never know when you will need one of them to come in.
That's true. That's true. I mean, they have Creamer 26, who's Reinhardt God, who's yeah, and bit of an update with the Kingdom versus Easy Clap game. The score right now is going to be 2-0. I got confirmation from Bakanje. So 2-0 in favor of Kingdom, excuse me. And honestly, I am kind of surprised because I expected that match to be closer.
I mean, there's still time for Easy Clap to come back in that matchup right now. However, let's focus on this one right now. Blind Eye Society still now dropping down to a -5 map differential on the season. They have won two maps, and maybe Control Point or Control is just not their map type for them. Maybe Hybrid is more their role here.
Yeah. Yeah, hybrid could definitely be a good oh yeah, we got to change all the there we go. But hybrid is one of Blind Eye Society's better map types. I think that's one of their two map wins on the year if I'm not mistaken. And it's not I mean, another they do have a draw as well with but that's obviously 2 CP because let's be honest, everyone draws in 2 CP and another ping.
So,
So,
so we're talking about hybrid maps now. Now, I'm gonna shock you with what map we're going to here, Corb.
I
Okay,
know.
it's not Kings Row. For the first time in like a long time, it's not Kings Row. We're not
Oh
going to Kings
my
Row.
god.
Blind Eye Society actually is choosing to go to Hollywood instead.
Yeah, honestly, this may be a great strategy coming out from Blind Eye Society because everyone based in their mother plays Kings Row. They know that map by heart at this point. But Hollywood's a very interesting map because you have that high ground, so you can play dive or ball comps especially work well here, and maybe and then for the defense potentially a poke comp. It's very it's very different to how Kings Row is played, which is Kings Row is just the common consensus is run Ryan, rush down mid, forehead. And
Welcome to
Hollywood,
Hollywood.
there's just a lot more
Initiating
openness to these
match.
strategies.
Yeah, and honestly, we could see a lot of different ones come out here. We could see Dive, we could see Rush, we could see the normal 6-man, we could see Brawl come out. It all depends on what these two teams want to come out with here. And we will be going into Hollywood now. It does look like we will be seeing Blind Eye Society attacking here first.
Ready
Smart
for
move, in
battle.
my opinion, by Beach Ball here to decide to go defense first, so they know what they have to do on their offensive push to win this map.
Absolutely, and it's gonna be
Attackers
a
incoming in 30 seconds.
it's gonna be a very. I'm just very curious to see how it's how this will or oh shit, 1 second.
Looks like there's a quick pause.
Yeah, because I am messing up.
Okay, but let's talk about this series so far. We've only seen one map from the team. Beach Ball looked very, very well coordinated through that first map. However, Blind Eye Society, we talked about it a little bit. It seemed like they're really relying on those ultimates to find their early engagement team fight picks here. What do they necessarily need to do, in your opinion, to try to turn that around going into Hollywood?
I mean, run a pick comp because if you get if you get the first pick, like run Hanzo, Widow, Echo even is great because you can just burst down everything. Hang on 1 second here. I just gotta drag people 1 moment. There we go. But yeah, like they need to just focus on getting picks because that's kind of the big thing that's really been an issue with with their team. They're just not getting any picks.
Yeah, but like I mentioned it already. Like their probably their most strongest hold was that first retake that they had on the second point of Lijiang Tower with the barrage. After that, they were able to find picks after the engagement started. It just always seemed like Beach Ball was more coordinated in where they were positioned and who they were going after in comparison to Blind Eye Society. Not to say that Blind Eye Society here can, you know, fix that going into the second map here, as now we're finally getting unpaused and we finally get to start to see what these teams are going to be coming out with.
Yeah, looks like Beach Ball is actually going to go with this pick comp. Again, Hanzo Echo, phenomenal burst damage. However, it's and the cleanup damage is pretty good as well. The ball is great distraction, and we are going to be seeing a double shield on the side of Blind Eye Society. It's gonna be a little difficult for Blind Eye Society to deal with this ball, as they already get booped off, and now they have to rotate back around.
Yeah, ball just spiking up there, dealing a lot of damage and just being a nuisance right now to the entirety of Blind Eye Society at the moment. Makama jumping up there, trying to get rid of one shield, does do just that and forces the shield retake from 4. And now we're starting to see the Blind Eye Society team just fall back into the backside of their point. Kizzy really playing a very defensive positioning right now on that Zenyatta. Craig, though, is just kind of having free reign on that ball right now, just rolling around the map, kind of just doing anything they want right now, being a menace to the majority of the backline of the Blind Eye Society right now.
Yeah, Blind Eye Society is pumping in a lot of damage, and but Craig goes down. Luckily, that's your ball, so he can re-engage relatively quickly. But still losing someone in the fight is rough. Oh, nice shots by Kizzy.
Yeah, Kizzy taking care of Doc there, and look at that. Through 2 more kills go the way of the Blind Eye Society, and now they're starting to really put it on to the Beach Ball squad here, and look at that, a whole team wipe for them. Still 2.5 minutes for Beach Ball here to get anything on this first point before an overtime or the round would end. However, this seems like a completely different Blind Eye Society squad.
Yeah, smart play from Doc there, touching the point, pulling 4 off the high ground. That's really the only source I can stun the ball. Here comes the ball coming in now, and yeah, losing that high ground is going to be tough for Blind Eye Society to recover. They're going to have to take the high ground inside a cafe, and keeping everyone in the same area is going to be a little rough.
The minefield comes out on that high ground, making sure they do not stay on it, especially just after that damage mixer comes out. OB2 duplicates into Brigitte, and the other... and Dr. Jargo duplicates into the Orisa instead, already finding a lot of damage. And here comes the bongo out from them. Luca popping their own Transcendence to maintain the health of the Beach Ball squad. And look at that, they're starting to get all the kills going their way. And this could easily turn into a first point cap for the Beach Ball squad.
Exactly. As soon as they forced out that ultimate from Kizzy, they just countered with the trans of their own, and they had the sustained advantage. Like, it's very difficult to kill something through trans unless, like, you're a Hanzo and you get a headshot. But it's gonna be very difficult for. Again, they had to rely on an ult there. But the thing is, oh, Kizzy again.
Look at that, 4 though, finding a double kill right after that, keeping their fight alive for them as they want to try to hold them at these doors right now. 4 finds a third one onto Makima, and Dr. Jargo. 4 is absolutely going in. 4 finding 4 straight kills for his team.
I knew you were going to say that, but 4 basically just needs to poke the backline, because the backline, granted, it's Brig and Zen. Brig needs to save those armor packs for the Tracer and the Echo, and huge stick coming out, forcing out the lamp early from Yor. The bomb is placed perfectly, and that's huge!
What a bomb from Makima, finding 4, and look at them now just collapsing on the rest of the Blind Eye Society squad. OB2, last member left alive, won't get counted as a team kill, but 6 straight kills going the way of Beach Ball.
Yeah, Crake did a phenomenal job on that ball. As soon as they wanted to retreat, Crake was already in the back line, ready to boop him back into the bomb, and he basically helped set that up. The good news is, though, not all hope is lost for the Blind Eye Society. They do have a window here which can confirm a couple of kills, especially on the Echo if she does decide to fly too high.
Luca takes care of Wizex out early. Minefield also coming out from Craig just to try to break up anything that the Blind Eye Society is trying to do. Dr. Jargo takes care of OB2, and look at this, the Beach Ball squad is forcing the Blind Eye Society team back into their own spawn.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them to push out, especially with an Echo and a ball just constantly harassing you. Here comes the window, so maybe, yeah, unfortunately nothing too much can get done, and oh no, they're using ults. Oh, that's rough.
I would say that's 2 straight damage matrix coming out from Yor that have pretty much been canceled right away by the ball of Krayak.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they are going to be swapping here. I honestly, get a Brig on your team, like, maybe instead of the Zen, like, because it's gonna be very difficult for them to actually stop these dives, especially if they don't have any hard CC going into this.
Yeah, my feeling is that we saw Kizzy and Yor use those ultimates there probably just to get rid of them so that they would swap. However, they stayed alive, and now they're getting close to a point where I would say if you swap, you're kind of just losing too much ult charge here. Minefield and both duplicates coming out from both squads. Dragons coming out from Wizex here, not finding anyone. Look at the kill feed. Beach Ball just keeps filling it up with their color. Graviton Flux coming out from the duplicated Dr. Jargo there. Does get knocked out of the duplicate before he's really even able to use it. However, look at this. They're already so close to the point. Graviton Flux coming out from 4. However, he gets taken care of. Yor gets taken care of. It is just B-Ball Man and Kizzy around the point right now. OB2 and Wizex are around the point now as well to try to contest this as long as they can. However, a 1v6 situation is not a fun situation to be in, and Beach Ball will fully complete Hollywood.
Yeah, Beach Ball actually did play around their ultimates perfectly. Like, for example, whenever, like, Kizzle using that trans created such a huge window for them just to push up with their own, and you basically cannot kill anything through trans again unless you're an insta-kill hero. But countering a trans is, especially when you don't have an Ana, it's going to be super difficult, and that's kind of what Beach Ball has been doing.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. But the one thing I want to say about Blind Eye Society, it seemed like they really stuck on their heroes a little bit too
Ready for
long
battle.
on their defense there. We talked about it a little bit where we both kind of thought their supports are going to swap after using their ultimates. However, they stayed alive and got around that percentage charge where you're basically just wasting an ult if you were to swap
Attackers
right there. And I
incoming
felt like
in
they
30
got stuck
seconds.
sticking with that BAP and that Zen just a little bit too long.
Yeah, it's yeah, they especially against a dive comp, Bap and Zen is just gonna get farmed. There's no other way of putting it. The only stun you have is skill shot, which is gonna be difficult to hit. And it's gonna be a like you can't rock an entire team. I mean, you can probably just rock the ball. That's about it.
3,
So
one.
Four had to
Attackers
do a little
incoming.
too much in order to prevent that dive.
Defend objective A.
Yeah, there were points where I have to say Blind Eye Society really looked like they improved over that first map, but it just all kind of fell apart once Beach Ball was able to find an early pick out in most engagements here. We are seeing the Widowmaker come. Actually, no, Wizx swapping off the Widowmaker, going now to the Genji instead. They want to try just to force them off the high ground here. However, they have gone back to the high ground in Cafe at the
Gabe
moment.
is behind him though. Great boop coming out from Babes. This creates a huge opportunity. However, the team is not in position.
Yeah, OB2 falling there early, but Yor is able to rescue here as we are seeing both teams utilize a Mercy this round. B-Ball Man just trying to disrupt anything they possibly can on the ball right now, able to keep themselves sustained for a little bit. However, half the team there shooting anything they could at B-Ball Man there is easily enough to take him out.
Yeah, it's a little difficult to survive when you have a boosted Hanzo Storm Arrow just coming towards you, especially when you're discorded. It's going to be a little bit difficult. Very curious to see. Yeah, B-Ball Man comes in, does a bit of a slam. It looks like he may just be trying to farm ult, which he's actually 87 to, so he can definitely get it within this fight.
He has done a very good job at doing that right now. He does have it ready to go. However, Yor falls. Wizx still finds Doc right back, and he pops the minefield on point right now, so they do get a tick here. However, the majority of the Beach Ball squad is still left alive right now, so they will have a lot of time to come back. Makima finds 4 out early. The damage was coming out from Luca here. Valkyrie also being popped by Panini right now. And look at this, the entirety of Blind Eye Society just kind of waiting those ultimates out right now.
Yeah, Blind Eye Society had to... Yeah, like, honestly, there's nothing really too much you can do, especially when a sustainable supportal is popped. Maybe Makima is going to be able to farm a Flux well before 4, but Kizzy is still finding picks and keeping his team within the fight.
I imagine, though, we will see that kill get revived, possibly. It looks like they're... nope, I hear the res coming off right now. Doc back in the fight, so the kill not really counting that much after that res gets off. And Dr. Jargo making up for that kill that Kizzy put on the Doc there by finding Kizzy out themselves.
Yeah, nothing really too much when you can take. Nothing really too much you can do if you take a bullet to the dome. It's gonna be a little rough to get up from that one.
Yeah, you know, probably not how I would want to start my morning, but you know, thanks to
Hey, I mean, it wakes you up.
it wakes you up and puts you to sleep all at the same time. Now, 4 ultimates ready for the Beach Ball squad. They can easily hold this point. Our Blade coming out from Wizx as we see 2 ultimates being popped by the Beach Ball squad. Bob takes care of Wizx before anything happens. Dragon coming out from Doc here. Nothing finding it, but does do a good job of splitting up the side of Blind Eye Society. Doc continues to find members of Blind Eye Society out. OB2's Bob does find Makima as they do try to stabilize on point. However, trades going back and forth, and now another minefield coming out from B-Ball Man, and a damage measurement following that right up. Graviton Flux coming out from 4, not able to find anyone as that Immortality Field does come out, and 4 loses their life right after that. Wizx and OB2 left alive. Actually, make that just Wizx left alive as we are nearing 30 seconds left to go in this attacking phase for them.
Remaining.
Yeah, this is like the fact that 4 uses ult when half of his team was down. He really couldn't do too much with it. Sure, it gets everyone to half health, and the Blade literally forced out everything under the sun that Beach Ball had. But now there's really nothing you can do to confirm kills if you're on the side of Blind Eye Society.
And OB2 swapping over to this Widowmaker is a very interesting swap for me right now. He needs to be able to find a headshot
Guys,
here
the point.
fast.
Guys, the point.
Victory.
Oh no.
C9?
Oh no. That was a yeah, I saw I'm like, what?
Blind Eye putting
Oh no.
Blind Eye proving why they're called blind right there, C9ing themselves. We see this incredible 4K bomb there from was it Makima there. Easily the play of the game for them, and it was a huge turning point in my opinion for Beach Ball on Hollywood there, as it really did seem like Blind Eye Society was doing a great job holding them at doors right there. The pulse bomb before it, though, getting rid of that immortality field for Blind Eye Society allowed that bomb to have pretty much free reign.
Yeah, like Craig did a great job setting up his team to get in great positions in order for them to confirm kills. Whether that was on the Orisa or the ball. And it was perfectly shown when with that 4K bomb towards the end. Bit of an update. It is still 2-0 for Kingdom versus Easy Clap, and so they are. I believe they are on a hybrid map right now. If I'm not mistaken. It's gonna be, or excuse me, not a hybrid map. What am I talking about? A escort map. So next up is gonna be an escort map. Dorado has been a very popular pick, and I'm I'm just curious. Let's see if they like to choose Dorado again.
Yeah, however, I do believe we'll be taking a quick break here, allow the teams to kind of regroup, especially Blind Eye Society right now as they are down 2-0. So we're going to take a quick break and be right back with map number 3 of Blind Eye Society versus Beach Ball.
Welcome back to Beach Ball versus Blind Eye Society. Right now, the score is 2-0 in favor of Beach Ball, and we will be heading off to Route 66 next. Again, this map is very heavily poke slash dive oriented. It's going to be a little bit difficult. It's going to be a little bit difficult to play Winston here, but Ball is going to work just as fine. Orisa, pretty good for poking. Just camp on the high ground.
Yeah, but right now we are still looking for Blind Eye Society here to pick up any little bit of momentum there. And I really did think in that last map on Hollywood that they were finally starting to, make this series maybe something, make it more of a series. However, Beach Ball, once they got a little bit of a momentum on their side, it just became a train for them.
Yeah, like Blind Eye Society had a bit of a rough C9 last match or map. Like honestly, it's gonna be very difficult to recover from that mentally. But I mean, if there's one team that hasn't had hardships in the past, it's Blind Eye Society. So, they're probably like, yeah, let's just win this thing. It's no biggie. Let's have some fun. So. Sorry about that. My mic was getting really loose, so I know you heard that in the background.
But every reverse sweep starts off with one map win, and that's what Blind Eye Society is going to be trying to do here. However, we have a score update from the other game. Corb, do you want to tell them what the score update is?
Yeah, of course. Kingdom has swept Easy Clap 3-0. I got an update from Bakanje saying that they did pretty well. We'll definitely have those replays up for y'all here in a moment. Once Bakanje or Triggered actually do their jobs.
All right, we are seeing the Beach Ball squad here on the attack first. I honestly really like this decision from them. They've had a lot of momentum coming from Hollywood, and looks like they want to keep it up here by just fully capping the map again first from like they did in Hollywood.
Yeah, Dr. Jargo on the Hanzo, it's one of his signature characters. He can do like great things on it. However, the Ash pick is going to be a little bit difficult, especially with these two dive tanks within the mix. Maybe it's a comfort pick for Doc. That's the reason why they're running it, and it's going to be interesting to see how that works. As nice little dynamite finding Ballman.
Yeah, just look at Craig and Makama just kind of keeping the entirety of Blind Eye Society controlled there as they push the card already around the bend here. Wizex does find the first kill onto Dr. Jargo. However, Panini is able to res them here to get them back into this fight.
Yeah, huge nade coming out though. It finds both the tanks. They have to play a little bit more passive.
Yeah, the purple is gone there, and they are back to full health at the moment before getting peppered down a little bit by Craig, who is already popping his Primal Rage, knocking them the entirety of the Blind Eye Society off the high ground here. And again, a damage matrix that might not get a lot of use out of it. However, Yor does find Craig, and that might force a little bit of a fallback here from Beach Ball.
Yeah, that window was absolutely huge in assisting of melting Craig. Burning through 1,000 HP that quick isn't super easy. However, if you're coordinated and are able to focus him down as a team, it's gonna be relatively easy to melt that Winston.
The nano coming out onto Craig. High Noon also being popped by Obi2, who's incredibly low. Craig, though, able to find them just before they get anything out of that High Noon. Rally coming out from Yor to keep their entire team
what a shot.
up right now. Doc is taken out by Wizex. However, they get res back up by Panini. Bob coming out from Doc as the Dragon and the Graviton Flux comes out from the side of the Blind Eye Society. Bomb does find one onto Kizzy. Bob finds B-Bomb and Wizex trying to do whatever they can to keep their squad in it, but look at Doc with help from Bob there. Absolutely just clearing out the Blind Eye Society.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah, that was a massive Bob. It was placed in a spot where if they went out and tried to hide from the Bob, then they were gonna face the both snipers on the enemy team. But if they were to obviously walk into the Bob, you got basically a ticking time bomb to your doom, just firing you. Nice little dynamite getting Wizex low. Wizex does have to retreat here.
You know, I like this swap that OB2 is here. He got off of the, I believe it was the Cassidy, is now going over to the Soldier. I really like it. Dr. Jargo's Dragon, though, does find Kizzy out here. Already down one support here. B1 Man popping the bongos. Immediately gets purple and has to fall back right now. So this bongo's not going to get a lot of use out of it right now, as they are playing in from the second floor of this saloon right now.
Yeah, the Hanzo on the high ground's not able to utilize it at all, and that's the person you want to utilize it because, oh, look at how low the tanks are. It's going to be difficult to keep them up. But Craig just is like, nope, no immortality for you. Good luck, have fun. Flip it all around.
Down. You're having to pop that rally here, and the damage rate's coming out from Kizzy, who immediately gets purpled and taken out. Again, another wasted damage measure coming out from Kizzy, and Beach Ball easily takes this second point right now, and a healthy time bank of over 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, Kizzy is gonna also stay on the BAP, which interesting decision to say the least. Especially after you used a window and you now have a ball, unless Ballman's gonna go back to the Orisa. Wouldn't be a surprise to see that. But it's never mind. He's gonna stay on the Orisa. But I'd much rather have a Zen there, even if he was on ball. It's been really hard for Blind Eye Society to maintain the defense on this point. And but that's a nice pull there, finding Doc.
OB2 pops his visor, trying to find anyone right now, going after Panini before swapping targets. And will this visor find anyone? The answer is no. So another wasted ult does force Beach Ball back a little bit. And look at this, Blind Eye Society absolutely collapsing in on that fallback from Beach Ball and finally winning a team fight. However, the cart is still relatively close to their spawn. I do like this play coming out from Blind Eye Society, going very aggressive. They need to try to get something to go their way, and maybe this aggression is just what they needed.
Yeah, Wizx needs to find a clutch pick here in order for them to actually have a chance. But this bomb is in such a great spot. However, the Dragons kind of cancel it out because you don't really want to go into a place where a bomb's exploding. Just saying.
Yeah, 3 ultimates coming out from Beach Ball, not finding anyone. 2 ultimates coming out from Blind Eye Society, not finding anyone as well. Kizzy popping another damage mixture here, trying to get some use out of it right now. 4 is the only one throwing anything through it. However, again, I think
nice rocket.
I think it's just another wasted ultimate from Kizzy right there on that damage matrix. I might be wrong, as you do talk that OB2 does find a nice rocket kill before getting taken out by Luca here. However, Panini is able to res Doc. Wizx though takes care of Luca just after they get that nano on to the Winston of Crank. However, it does dissipate before it takes care of anyone.
Yeah, killing Luca there puts Panini in such a weird spot where he has to basically help support the entire team, but Dr. Jargo just shreds the Blind Eye to pieces with the Storm Arrow.
Yeah, 3 straight kills going the way of Beach Ball right now. Yor and Ballman trying to do whatever they can to stay on point as Craig is just going after Kinsey there. Yor falls as well, no supports. The Bongo comes out from B-Ballman. However, they don't live long enough to actually get anything use of it. The visor comes out for OB2, but no one's able to get back to the point in time to contest. And Beach Ball, again, completes Route 66.
Yeah, Beach Ball has just been like, yeah, we're the better team. Let's just go out there and keep stomping them. Like, they don't need to change anything. Maybe this is just sending a message like, don't mess with us because we don't underestimate us. Because even though our map differential isn't the best, we still are someone not to be messed with. So
yeah, I mean, they did come in with a -1 map differential, which doesn't necessarily mean anything. They're 1-1 on the season, so I would expect their map differential to be around that 0 mark. And, you know, -1, it does fit in that area right now, but currently up 2-0, they are in the positives again. And if they are able to hold out the Blind Eye Society here, they do go back to being positive on the map differential.
Yeah, that 3-0 is going to be huge in terms of map differential as well. Because I know there are a few teams that are potentially going to go up to 2-1. It's having that map differential be in your favor, especially for the seeding of the tournament. Why not?
Yeah, and honestly, Blind Eye Society right now needs to have a very, very strong offensive push here right now. They do need to fully complete the map if they want to force overtime. It doesn't matter if they do it with 5 minutes on the clock or with 0. Their main goal here is to complete this map.
Yeah, Torbjorn Echo with 2 snipers, though, it's going to be super difficult for them to run into. Craig gets discorded, though, so he has to back off. Doc is very low, but he's able to get healed up. And he goes down to the Torb headshot. Torb is the best sniper in the game, confirmed. No doubt.
Yeah, honestly, you know, a sniper that can rapidly fire 18 shots, yeah, best sniper around, in my opinion. Ballman getting a nice spike down there onto the high ground. Does find all 5 members of the beach ball squad. However, not necessarily finding anyone right now. Just trying to disrupt that high ground. Does find Dr. Jargo out with help from Wizex. Takes care of them.
Yeah. However, they did get a pretty big trade. Even though Wizex did kill Dr. Jargo, Doc is still back in the fight, and he can pump out a ton of damage quickly. And there he goes. He finds Kizzy.
Quick getting nanoed here after being incredibly low, keeps themselves alive, and look at this. They find 1, they find 2, and now they're going after the rest of the Blind Eye Society.
Yeah, Blind Eye Society. Blind Eye Society, the Torb is very interesting, especially against the 2 poke characters. Don't get me wrong, Obi can make it work. Like, I've seen his Torb, but especially against the 2 sniper characters, it's gonna be very difficult for him to actually get value out of the turret.
Oh man, popping that minefield on the high ground, trying to find anyone there. However, it's just not enough there to find anyone, as it is sort of off that high ground. However, Ballman does still try to disrupt that high ground, not necessarily in a good way. He does lose his life to it, and already 1 tank down now for the Blind Eye Society. They are really struggling at this moment. 2 minutes left to go for them, though, to get to this first point.
Yeah, luckily the tank that does go down is like the fastest character in the game. So he's able to come back relatively quickly. Anna gets to play. That's a huge grenade though, so it's gonna be very difficult for them to recover.
He does 4 finds 2 with that Graviton Flux, able to confirm 1 kill. Dragon's coming out from Dr. Jargo, who's so far away from this fight that surprisingly doesn't find anyone. Bomb now coming out from Makima as the Mullen Core comes out from Obi2. They lose their life just after popping it there, as Wizex does find Dr. Jargo, and look at this, Blind Eye Society is starting to push. However, Makima making sure they are cleaning up the side of the Blind Eye Society right now, but 2 straight kills going their way might keep them in this fight. Make it 3, and it's gonna be 4 here. However, Luca takes care of Wizex. Makima and Luca are somehow turning this fight in their favor right now. The crush kill not coming out as 4 able to take care of Makima, and Kizzy able to take care of Luna. And we will see the Blind Eye Society here have a chance to go to that second point.
Yeah, that was definitely a very scary thing for Blind Eye Society. Losing to a baby D.Va and an Anna when you had 4 members alive. That's going to be absolutely heartbreaking, but luckily they're going to be coming into this with a slight old advantage because huge pick coming out from Wizex finding Luca.
Yeah, Wizex swapping over that Tracer gets a lot of value out of it earlier, finding Luca, as you said, but look at this. 2 straight kills coming back the way up. Make it 3 straight kills for Beach Ball here. Ballman able to take care of Doc. However, Ballman might have a little bit of a problem himself right now, as it seemed all 4 members of Beach Ball were collapsing on him. He was able to escape it, though.
Yeah. Luckily Ballman does have the mine, so he can clear off high ground for his team to push up, which it looks like that's what he's going to do, potentially. However, he does get spotted in the process. Here comes the mines. Doesn't really find too much value, though.
Rally coming out from Panini here to withstand those minefields. However, it doesn't seem like they will really affect that much of the Beach Ball squad. Makima finds Ballman out early, who was just kind of pestering the Beach Ball squad in the background here. And we are seeing Blind Eye push it up a little bit. Another great nano coming on to Craig as he is going after Kizzy. He takes care of Kizzy. The Graviton Flux does come out from 4. However, they die before they're really able to get anything out of it. Dragons coming out from Jargo there, forcing a little bit of a split there from the side of Blind Eye. Blind Eye does find Panini out. However, it is only 2 members of Blind Eye left alive. Ballman finds Jargo out. However, like I said, those 2 members are not probably enough here to push this cart the rest of the way.
Yeah, Obi2 on the Torb has been absolutely dominant as well. He doesn't know, though, that Crake is hiding right above him, and now he does because Sniper shots go burr.
Yeah, the Ana kind of give it away. Rally now coming out from Yor. Bomb coming out from Makama. Does find Ballman and OB2. What a start here for the beach ball side. Bob coming out, kind of whips on everything. Wizex finds Doc. 4 falls to Dr. Drago. They are so close to this second point right now. Blind Eye Society using all their ultimates right now, essentially trying to get to this point. However, they are not able to, only less than 4 meters left away. Both support ultimates gone. However, they are close to that minefield again.
Yeah, that minefield is going to be huge for them clutching it. And also, Obi may be going on the flank. However, Panera finds him. So they know where he's at. Looks like Beach Ball's not really going to follow up. Maybe D.Va's there to protect, so good find by Panera.
Yeah, Obi has to be. Oh, Kizzy starting stuff here early, finding Luca. That might be exactly what they were looking for. Craig in the background here. He goes to Primal Rage right here, trying to knock anyone off that high ground. 3 straight kills for Beach Ball here. Less than 30 seconds left to go now. And it is looking very, very bleak for the Blind Eye Society.
Yeah, Blind Eye is going to have to go against 3 ultimates. It's both support ultimates too, so they can just nano. Let's see. Never mind, they're not going to take the 1v1. That would have been funny. It looks like Ballman will be the one to touch. Like, honestly, I'd go past, and yeah, they actually do get a touch this time. Thank goodness we're not going to see another C9.
But look at this, the nano coming out on the Kraken. It's just absolutely harassing the support for the Blind Eye Society. Dragons coming out, not necessarily finding anyone, but look at this. 2 straight kills for the Blind Eye Society. They need to keep a member on that point right now. They have the numbers advantage. They need to keep finding the kills. Well, Core comes out from OE2, but Dr. Drago takes care of him. Luca takes care of Wizex, and now the kills are pretty much even. Graviton Flux coming out from Luke, our forward that does find Panini. Her kills being traded each way. Blind Eye Society right now is looking to get to that point. They are so close. Bomb coming out from Makama. Doesn't find anyone. It does find Kizzy. However, 2 members of the Blind Eye Society, 2 members of the, now it's a 1v1 essentially. 2 tanks going after it. 4 and Craig here. They need to get a kill here. Craig, though, is able to take care of 4, and look at this, the cavalry is coming back now for Blind Eye Society. They are so close. Panini is able to get back to a contest. However, it seems that the rest of their team pretty much gave up on this point. However, Luca comes back, keeping this contest alive. 3 members left alive now for, 2 members left alive for Beach Ball here, and 2 members left alive for the Blind Eye Society. OB2 is able to take care of Dr. Drago, who swapped over to that Doofus, and now, oh, Kizzy, you did not need to use that ult there, Kizzy. No, but they do. Blind Eye Society, though, does pick up the second point. However, that ultimate used there by Kizzy, oh, that is one he probably really wants back.
Yeah, that made it so worth it for Beach Ball there, because Kizzy's probably not going to build up his trans again. The good news is they can still clear high ground with the mines. That's about it. Wizex is going to be close to a pulse bomb too, so that's nice. But Kizzy just gets melted.
Yeah, Craig has been at the bane of Kizzy's existence right now, just jumping on both the supports for Blind Eye Society throughout the entire match. It just kind of seems like they've struggled to deal with him. But they are pushing the car right now. Less than 45 seconds left to go. And an eat nice coming out from Makama, eating that pulse bomb.
Yeah, that was a little interesting, but Kizzy goes down again. This dude cannot catch a break, but Craig decides to dive in a little bit too deep for his own comfort. Ballman needs to get a nice little minefield behind him in order to actually get value, but Ballman goes down.
Bob coming out to contest the car right now, trying to put damage onto anyone it possibly can. It does get 4 out of the mech with help from a lot of people. OB2 does take care of Luca, though. Doc comes right back with a kill trade of themselves onto Wizex here. 5 seconds left to go, and now it's essentially up to that Torb just to kind of stay on this contest for the moment. Ballman coming in, does have that minefield, immediately pops it. Mullen Core coming out, and OB2 immediately just throws it onto Craig, and they are just booping him and bumping him into that Mullen Core right now. Ballman falls. Bomb coming out from Makama. How many will it find? It finds 1. But look at this, 3 straight kills going the way of Beach Ball right now. Blind Eye Society not finding anything with their bomb of their own. 4 straight kills for Beach Ball. And it is starting to look very, very bad now for the Blind Eye Society. As still 6 members left alive for Beach Ball here, as it's only 4 getting demeched right now. Ballman able to get back to contest in time, trying to keep themselves alive. 4 falls there to Craig, who did go Primal Rage mode there. OB2 swapping over to the Doomfist now to try to contest this card a little bit longer. However, they get taken out quickly by Dr. Drago. 2 more kills go the way of Beach Ball, and that will do it. Beach Ball sweeps Blind Eye Society 3-0 here tonight.
Yeah, Beach Ball just looked like the better team outright. They
Play
found
of
something
the
that
game.
works. Wizex, though, did look pretty good. He gets play of the game on the Hanzo. Nice ult in the process. What? Look at this shot. What?
Man died for that
no
kill.
way. That was
That
no, that was a play of the game.
That was certainly a play of the game, but overall, what a great performance and a great showing for Beach Ball tonight. Blind Eye Society, on the other hand, I don't necessarily know where they could improve. I feel like they stuck on some heroes too long. They didn't want to make those swaps, in my opinion. That's probably their biggest thing. They only really made swaps towards the very end rather than making them, around the point where they could start to see that this pick was just not necessarily working out for them.
Yeah, it was a definite basically Beach Ball just found something that worked. It was very difficult for Blind Eye to actually I guess you can say work on it and yeah. We all right. So we got the fun choice of discussing who's going to be the player of the match.
Yeah, so we're going to take a quick break and be right back with our player of the match.
Welcome back. Well, we got our player of the match, and no surprise here, it's Doc. Doc absolutely popped off on the Ash, no matter what he touched. Just has a great grip of all the hit scan heroes. Doc, how are you feeling?
Feeling great. I'd love to end the night on a W.
Yeah, same. Well, well, yeah, it's always a great time to get a nice little win. So, are you looking forward to going into the tournament? Right now for your stakes, you can either get the 3 or the 4 seed, depending on how well Louisiana does.
Yeah, the tournament should be fun. It's definitely going to solidify where everyone thinks everyone is for the the rest of the season. So it's definitely high stakes. I think even though it doesn't amount to too much, it's definitely still high stakes in regards to how everyone thinks the team's going to perform, which is always good for mental.
Absolutely. Like this tournament, it's going to be the easiest tier list making ever. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
And it'll definitely make a few people in the community upset, but you got to win games. Just saying. But yeah, Dex, you have any questions for Doc?
Yeah, it seemed like you guys were very dominant throughout this entire performance. And both me and him kind of were talking about it throughout this entire series. And it really only seemed that Blind Eye Society was getting a lot of momentum when they were able to find a lot of picks from their ultimate usage here. And you guys, while, doing the same thing, you guys were able to win these team fights when there weren't any ultimates ready or when ultimates were not used. Just does that a lot of that go just to you guys thinking that you guys are the better team, or is a lot of it just communication within your team?
So I mean, off the bat, we definitely have some communication issues towards the start, but recently it's been picking up a lot more, and I think you definitely are right about thinking we are better. Obviously, you need to have that mental going into the game. But on maps like Lijiang, I mean, both sides were kind of throwing out like 5 ults a fight, even though it was 1. Like, I think there was just a lot of ult spam. I think it's especially on like King of the Hill where it just gets a bit crazy. But I definitely think comms definitely carried us through a lot more.
All right. I'll go back to Orb here. Do you have another question?
Yeah. Who or what or who gave you trouble or what gave you trouble on the side of Blind Eye Society, if there was any at all?
Honestly, I don't mean this in an ego way. The only time I had issues was, bro, Obi on the Torb, not gonna lie, kind of annoying. Spamming out with left clicks. Like, it doesn't exactly fit with his comp, but he literally would just spam me the entire game, and it's so annoying not having those sight lines free. He was actually doing a really good job of marking me, in my opinion. So I'd definitely give it to Obi for shutting me down a lot.
Yeah, honestly though, Obi might be the best Torb in the league. Like it.
Yeah.
For this division.
Okay. Well, let's not look past my Torb. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I forgot.
I'm number one.
Then.
Yeah, I am number one, no matter what. Do not dare disgrace my name like that.
Well, well, now that you just gave me an idea for something in the future.
Ooh.
All right.
Torb
All
MVP.
right. Exactly. Dex, if you don't have any questions, I'm going to thank Doc for his time. So
No
thank you,
worries.
Doc, for joining us in the production booth, and hopefully we get to see you play more.
Thank you. GG's. Thanks for the cast, guys.
Have a question.
Jeez.
Bye bye.
Wait, I'm so sorry, Dex. I'm so sorry, but
I was gonna ask him about the play of his tanks and his supports here, because it seemed like, especially on that last map, Craig was just giving them so much room to kind of play around and have a lot of space there, and their supports did a great job of supporting them and keeping them alive. However, it happens. I understand, man.
well, that was my bad. But anyways, we did it. An intermediate match that was not a map 5. It's a miracle. I know. I know Alianos is definitely relieved. You're definitely relieved because you can finally get some water at a reasonable time. And honestly,
Reasonable time.
you know what I mean. Also, if y'all are in the League Zero Discord, we do have pugs going on tonight for Overwatch 2. I'll be hosting them at 10 o'clock p.m. EST. Luckily, both games are done today, so that'll give y'all plenty of time to join up. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I've been Corbs with my partner Dex, and honestly, stay classy.